The temple was more than a religious place in Bharat. A temple was the seat of culture, society, economics, interrelationships. In fact, it was the very ecosystem of the country. Temples originally all over India had huge tracts of land. They were self-sufficient economically. They provided a livelihood. The irrigation systems in all this land was carefully planned out. And at the same time, there were places where people could meet, gather, congregate, debate. And it was a place of social interaction. In the Abrahamic religions, the places of worship are strictly meant for worship. It's the very reason why in Sanatana Dharma, we don't have any particular rules on when to go to a temple. There may be a certain
protocol.
Not even protocol. I think just a kind of a emotional thing. We like to go to a Shiva temple on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. We like to go to Balaji temple on Saturday. I mean, it is not written anywhere that you have to do this. Like Christians going to church on Sunday. There is nothing like that in our religion.
Correct.
But this doesn't mean we are an irreligious people. You can go there. You can, if the crowd is too much, you can come out quickly. Next day you go. There are many famous temples in South India where important music concerts are held there, in the temple precincts itself. This still goes on. I will mention the famous Kapalishwarar Kovil in the heart of Mylapore in Chennai, where some of the best music concerts were held in the temple itself. You can face the Murti and sing. And very prominent musicians come there and sing, and people come and listen. So it is a center for a lot of activity. It is in fact in many ways a microcosm of the Hindu Rashtra. And because economically they were important, it was so much livelihood and employment for so many people. Okay. So when you take this away and give it to the government, and the government says that we will adjudicate on secular matters. Now, what is a secular matter? Again, it's the falsehood of the word secular itself. So apparently, whether the temple opens at 9 o'clock or 9:30 in the morning is a secular matter. It is not clear to me if it is a secular matter. There may be some rituals or something in that temple that need to be done in a certain way. It could be that very difficult to draw the line between secular and non-secular. Like if you go to the Tirupati temple, many devotees decide to do tonsure of their hair.
Yes.
Now, is that particular activity secular or not secular? So you get into a very grey area at this point of time.
Yeah.
Now, given this particular thing, the fact that the government has taken over these temples, they took it over for the revenue. And because of the Muslim attacks and destruction of temples, you hardly find very, very rich temples in North India.
Yes.
There are a few, no doubt. Vaishno Devi or Kashi Vishwanath. Maybe there are a few. But compared to the wealth and money of the South Indian temples, which have not been destroyed, simply because the Muslims didn't have the energy to come so far.
Yeah.
Okay, so they've all stayed, and plus they were built with granite, which is very difficult to break.
Yes.
You know, they were very big also. So it's quite difficult. I mean, if you see the Arunachaleswara temple in Tiruvannamalai, it will take many Muslims many months to break that temple down.
Yes.
Okay, it's not very easy, and they didn't even try. They probably came in that area, but they didn't try. So there is so much money associated with the temples in Tamil Nadu. And here when you talk about freeing temples, I must concentrate on Tamil Nadu. Because some of the worst excesses of government owning temples happens in that state. It is a money factor. There is too much money to be made in the temples.
Yes.
Today, Tamil Nadu government has even put cameras in the temple because it was commonly felt among devotees that money is not to be put in the hundis which goes to the government, But if it is put in the plate given by the Archaka, it goes to the Archaka. Now they are photographing that. And if he takes that money, they are coming and catching him.
Yeah.
You see, it has come to absurd levels. Now, the other day I found something even stranger, which tells you that, there's a quotation that whom the gods wish to destroy, they first make mad. Some famous person said this. I think it'll come to me who it was. This famous Kapalishwara Kovil, which I just mentioned.
Okay.
A rule was passed that pilgrims or anyone who is passing by that temple, there are 4 streets around that temple called Mada streets.
Okay.
So anybody who is passing in that area of those Mada streets is not allowed to say Shiva Shiva loudly.
Okay.
That's the rule. So if you say somebody came there and was saying Shiva Shiva, Shiva Shiva, as they commonly do in that place, a whole gang of police have come and tried to browbeat him physically.